Picture this, 1973, gas is scarce, horsepower is dying, and your neighbor's ugly brown grocery getter just smoked a Camaro. Sleeper cars, the 1970s best-kept secret. These unassuming beasts hid V8 monsters under hoods rustier than your dad's toolbox. Today, we're unearthing the 10 most underrated wolves in sheep's clothing that ruled the streets. Pontiac LeMans. Pontiac's LeMans was the GTO's tamer sibling, but optioned with a 400 cubic inch or 455 cubic inch V8, it became a stealthy powerhouse. The 455 produced 250 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque, and with a turbo 400 transmission, it could tow or tear up back roads. The LeMans' longer wheelbase, compared to the GTO, made it a stable highway cruiser, while its understated styling, vinyl top, chrome bumpers, kept cops clueless. Pontiac sold over 80,000 V8 LeMans in 1973 alone, but most rotted away in junkyards. The rare 1977 Can-Am edition, a LeMans with a shaker hood and rear spoiler, is now a holy grail for Pontiac fans. AMC Matador X. Meet the AMC Matador X, the car that looked like a rental but ran like a NASCAR legend. AMC's mid-size Matador was mocked for its flying brick styling, but the X package hid a 401 cubic inch V8 under the hood, cranking out 235 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque. Despite its boat-like 3,800-pound curb weight, it could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.2 seconds, faster than a 74 Corvette. AMC even raced a factory-backed Matador in NASCAR, dominating tracks like Daytona. Street versions came with bucket seats, a floor shifter, and 0 flashy badges. Today, it's a cult classic for fans of ugly fast cars. Pro tip, the Matador's quirky design makes it a head-turner at car shows, if you can find one. Dodge Aspen RT. The Dodge Aspen RT, the Mopar that time forgot. Built to replace the Dart, the Aspen was Dodge's answer to fuel efficiency until they dropped a 360 cubic inch V8 into the RT trim. With 180 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, it wasn't a tire shredder, but its lightweight unibody chassis and optional 3.2 1-to-1 rear gear made it a highway terror. The RT added dual exhaust and rally wheels, but most folks mistook it for a grocery getter. The Aspen's front suspension was so robust, drag racers still use it in vintage builds. Sadly, Dodge axed the V8 by 1980. Volvo 164E. The Volvo 164E was Europe's ultimate box with a surprise. Its B30 inline-six, 3.0-litre, used Bosch Digitronic fuel injection, a rarity in the 1970s, to make 160 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Paired with a 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic, the rear-wheel drive 164E could hit 120 miles per hour, outrunning contemporary BMWs and Mercedes. Volvo's rugged construction and fully independent suspension made it a corner-carving oddity, while its bench seats and wood trim kept it looking like a librarian's car. Only 2,500 164S made it to the US, but they've gained a cult following for their Swedish muscle vibe. Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon 455. Oldsmobile's Cutlass Salon 455 was a luxury sleeper with a split personality. Its 455 Ci Rocket Vive 87.5-litre pumped out 270 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, making it one of the fastest full-size cars of 1973. The Salon trim added bucket seats, a console shifter, and a rally gauge cluster, but the exterior stayed conservative. Think opera lights and white wall tires. Despite weighing 4,300 pounds, it could hit 60 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds, thanks to a stump-pulling 2.93 to 1 rear axle. Oldsmobile sold fewer than 5,000 Salon 455s before the oil crisis axed big blocks in 1974. For collectors, it's a unicorn, a family sedan that could tow a boat and smoke a Camaro. Mercury Comet GT 302. The Mercury Comet GT 302 was Ford's undercover hot rod. Built on the Maverick platform, it packed a 302 cubic inch V8 with 5.0 litres with 210 horsepower and 296 pound-feet of torque. Mercury gave it a flashy grille and GT badges, but most buyers skipped the stripes, leaving it looking like a grandpa's ride. With a 3,000-pound curb weight and front disc brakes, it was a balanced performer, light enough to hustle, heavy enough to hook up. Ford's Cologne 5.8, used in the Capri, shared parts with the Comet's engine, making it a favorite for Euro-American hybrid builds. Less than 10,000 Comet GTs were made, and few survive today.